Cinematic is a term that is often used to describe anything that possesses the look, feel, or atmosphere of a movie. It's a word that's thrown around quite frequently in the world of entertainment and filmmaking industry. And it can be referred to a variety of things, including the way a scene is shot, the lighting used, the music playing in the background, or even the overall mood of a film. But what is really cinematic? Hello, my name is Angel Barkley, and I talk about filmmaking, photography, and creative stuff in general. So, what is cinematic? Well, in order for you to make a cinematic video, you need to pay attention to detail, and you need to use certain techniques to improve and enhance visual storytelling and editing. And today we're gonna go over 4 tips that I use on my videos. It doesn't matter if I'm using my camera or my phone to record them. The last of them is very important, and it took me a long time to put it in practice, so I'll recommend you to stick around for that one. And the first one will be composition and framing. So composition and framing pretty much means how you set up your shot, your scene. What are you trying to convey through what you're shooting, right? And there's some rules that you need to be paying attention when you're doing that. The first one will be the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds basically is when you divide your frame into thirds vertically and horizontally. So imagine that you have 2 lines in here and 2 lines in here. A good technique is to place your subject or the main focus that you want to have in your shot in the intersection lines, right? So that's kind of what I did with some of the shots you saw at the club, but not all the shots, because you can break the laws. Like, at the end of the day, it's just being creative what matters. So the second one will be leading lines. So you use man-made lines to drive people's attention. I'm using leading lines right now with this shot. So I purposefully put my camera up there, and that's a corner over there, so the roof right above me direct your vision to me. So that's pretty much leading lines. You can use it and combine that with the rule of thirds as well. Knowing these things can help you improve your videos once you know all the techniques. Again, you don't have to follow this like straight up, but it's good when you know them. So the third one will be depth and layering. Layering is when you use something like this microphone, for example. It's separating me from the background, but it's also putting me in the middle, driving your attention. So pretty much it's incorporating foreground, middle ground, background elements to add depth. And the fourth one will be symmetry and balance. So I like using symmetry, but mostly for my photos. I don't know what's going on with my voice, but I'm not gonna stop making the video just because of that. Alright, so let's move forward with lighting. I'm gonna break that down in 3. So the first one being natural light, and that's kind of what I'm using right now. I'm shooting this video with a window, creating a triangle of light. If you don't know what that is, it's pretty much when you create a triangle with the light, the camera, and the subject. So pretty much my camera is in here, I'm in here, and light is coming through there. So that creates a triangle like that, where I have nice shadows in here and like bright spot or bright areas that enhance this side of my face. And keeping in mind that triangle of light whenever you're shooting something will definitely improve your videos and make them look more cinematic, because you're actually paying attention to the lighting composition on your shot. Then it comes to artificial lighting. That's when you usually are in a studio with controlled lighting. In this case, I think it counts as artificial lighting. That lamp in there, it just adds depth to my shot. I mean, I don't know if that really makes sense. Probably some of the guys that know more about filmmaking will tell me that I'm wrong, but I don't really give a fuck. The third one will be shadows and highlights. I was skeptical and I never like to underexpose my subjects, but creating silhouettes, it's also helpful, and sometimes it can create dramatic shots or dramatic scenes. I did one of those shots when I was recording my girlfriend at the bar, and I placed her on the left side, I think it was, of the screen, but I was using the light from the background to enhance the subject on the front. So combining natural light, artificial light, and shadows and highlights, or at least being aware of those when you're shooting, will definitely help your videos look more cinematic as well. Camera movement. I was not a fan of this one. I always wanted my shots to be stabilized, stable, either with a running or a tripod or stuff like that. I recently did a YouTube video, if you haven't seen it, it's called the Wellhead Club. That's a very historical and important place here where I live in the Outer Banks, and all those shots were handheld. If you hold your camera still, there will be that little bit of natural movement, camera shake, that will help you, I don't know, add personality to your videos, in my opinion. Panning and tilting shots. Alright, so panning and tilting shots is when you move your cameras to a side, you know, like slowly, like, you know what I'm talking about? So incorporating those movements on your shots will add, I don't know, kind of a sense of drama, personality, movement. Wow, movement on camera, movement. But you know what I mean. So it's pretty much that. I'm not gonna dive deep into camera movement because I still trying to incorporate that myself on my videos, but yes, that will help you make your videos more cinematic. Moving forward to the tip number 4, and this is, in my opinion, one of the most important things that will make your videos look more cinematic, is editing and color grading. This is what I do. I choose the music. I have the music a lot of the times, not all the time, but a lot of the times I have the music that I'm going to use on my edits before the edit, because that gives me an idea of the mood and the pace that I'm trying to use on my video and what I'm recording, right? So that's the first one, pace and timing. Keep those in mind whenever you're shooting. It's not like you record a lot of footage and then you go and you try to make something of it. That's what I used to do in the beginning. Don't get me wrong, that helps you create flow, you know what I mean, and understanding your concept and like the music style that you like and whatnot, whatever. But always pay attention to that. Color grading is the second thing you need to be paying attention on the editing aspect of things, right? So color grading is something that I recently started doing more like deeply. I recently changed from Final Cut Pro to DaVinci Resolve, and I'm diving on creating power grades and stuff like that I'll be giving for free here on my YouTube channel when I feel comfortable with it. On the video, The Dopamine Detox, I use my own color grading, and there's a power grading there on one of the scenes. So if you like it or you wanna have it, let me know in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to shoot you a DM or an email with that. Don't put your email in the comments though. But yeah, color grading, do that. Stop using LUTs, because when you use a LUT, you pretty much have your image and boom, you're like adding a filter in front of it, or at least that's what it feels to me. You know, when you have more control over the shadows, the colors, the exposure, the lift, the gammas on your video, you can definitely make things pop more. The third one, sound design. So for most of my videos, I used to only have a music, boom, and then the timeline. I was realizing that it was not like deep enough for it to engage and connect with people. It was just a nice video that matched with the music. But you can go deeper than that. Pay attention to what you're shooting. Let's say that there's birds. Think about the sound those birds make. Or if there's a bike, like add those in. I use Artlist, and for me, they have a lot of sound effects and music that matches my clips and my concept whenever I'm shooting something. But keep in mind the level, because you don't want a video going nice and smooth and then there's a whoosh that kind of distracts you from the actual thing. That's another great benefit of using or editing in DaVinci Resolve, because on the Fairlight page, you can see the decibel levels of each of the audios in the timeline, and you can like kind of have a predominant audio, let's say the music, or if you have a voiceover, whatever, and you can see how the sound effects overlap some of those audios. So pay attention to that. And yeah, I think that'll be it. I hope this helped you, and if it did, please subscribe. I'm trying to post videos every Friday if I can, because I live from making videos and photography, so I'm kind of busy sometimes, but I'm trying to, you know, share as much information and as much knowledge as I can with y'all. So yeah, peace out, man.